Welcome back to the Vegas Live with Ninon. Well, obviously it's Tuesday and we're doing all our filming, all our interviewing. We're down here at the Peppermill Lounge, which is absolutely amazing. Do you know this place has been here since 1972, and this is my red couch. Though they have red couches everywhere, but this is mine. I have George Wright with me. I actually met him a couple of weeks ago, and I was fascinated because he had put this incredible event on, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the Millionaire Conference.
The Millionaire, It was called the Millionaire Conference. And so this is George Wright. George, how are you?
I'm so good. Thanks for having me here. I'm excited.
Look how happy he is.
I'm on the red couch.
You're on the red couch.
This is it.
At the Peppermill.
I mean,
come on. We're doing so far so good.
All good.
So you put these events together and you have all these different speakers, but when you do the Millionaires Club, is it always called the Millionaires Club?
It's the Millionaire Conference is one of the events that we do.
Okay.
And we only do those maybe once every couple of months.
Okay.
So we've been doing them for a long time, but that's a specific event just for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So,
I was going to say, is it for millionaires or is it to become a millionaire?
A
little bit of each.
Yeah, well, probably both, right?
Yes.
We will get individuals that are already 7-figure, 8-figure earners
Really?
in places like real estate and stock and asset protection, and then they'll come mentor the people that attend.
Those are the speakers, and those will mentor all these people out there. You know, I always look at all these people coming to these events, and everybody sort of, giving their 5 cents of what they think and how they have succeeded. Did any of the audience ever come back to you and give you a response of what's just happened to them to make them who they are, make them millionaires?
Yeah, we have so many different types of events because I've done events all over the world with like Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York.
I'm mixing with it big time there.
But everybody comes for different. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York.
How I love
so
her.
I've done that.
Yeah, Sarah Ferguson.
But that's my passion, and so there's different events for different people,
Yes.
but they're almost always either personal development events or financial education, like stock investing, real estate, asset protection. We're doing an event right now over at Green Valley Ranch with about 250 investors that have all flown in.
And when's that?
It's right now. It's a 3-day. It was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay.
And they fly in from all over the world, and they're real high net worth investors, but they're looking for ways to drastically reduce their taxes, protect their assets from lawsuit, and maybe
to keep their money.
Yeah, keep their money. I mean, a lifetime to accumulate it, but just 3 days to learn to protect it.
One thing is funny about millionaires and people that get rich. I'm not going to say get rich fast, but get rich, but have not really had the education to get there. And with this day and age, it's so much easier to seem to get rich. We've got more millionaires now than we've ever had.
Right.
And I don't know if that's making an unbalance in America or the world, but we'll just talk about America.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of an unbalance because you've got this lot of rich people now, middle class are kind of dribby-drabby, and then you've got the sort of poor or the everyday, as I call them, 9-to-5 workers. And you've got all these people. So when they come to you, and a lot of them actually don't know how to handle their money.
Well, nobody teaches you that, not in school, like you never learn,
I think it's one of the greatest things. I was very much part of Loyola Marymount University.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they don't teach this, I call it every day, it's like I call school.
Yeah.
There's only 3 things in school you really need to learn, is to read, to write, and understand what's going on. Math, which is math. So there's 3 things, all this other stuff, you very rarely use, or you take those classes to get through school, right?
Yeah.
So.
But they never teach you how to make money, or invest your money, or protect your money, or cut taxes. You just don't learn that in school.
And you don't ever learn that.
No. And the best person to learn it from is someone who's successful.
Yes.
So that's why we do these events.
As well.
Correct. And not just money, because a lot of people, these young people, they make a lot of money, but they don't really, they don't understand what to do with it, and so they lose it. So we want to teach people sound financial principles.
In other words, they've got to have a foundation.
For sure.
So you teach them to have this foundation. So what's the first thing you kind of think about in the business world? Because that's kind of what basically comes down to that for everybody.
Yes.
It truly does. Money. Money comes down.
Really does.
Unfortunately, I hate to say that,
it's all
but money, I'm not going to say it's the root of all evil, but money, we all have money, we all use money, whatever it is. So what's the basic thing you teach for that?
Well, you know what's interesting is, so I've been doing this about 20 years.
Yes.
And over time, I started with all money. So how to start a business, how to reduce your taxes, how to invest in real estate and stock. But over the last 5 or 10 years, I've realized that, I'll give you an example. We would have 2 people at an event and we'd teach them both the same financial principles, but why would one person do it and one person not? Because I learned over the last 5 years, it's all in your mind, because people, they got to have the personal development and the mindset and the financials. So now it's a little different. What we do is we really try to get individuals understanding that your inner world creates your outer world. You really have to have, you have positive
a plan
mindset. And then you can apply the strategies.
A plan how to keep your money, where to spend it. It's like people will get a lot of money in at one time and spend it all, and then all of a sudden in 1 year it's all gone. And so they're back where they started, and they think, what happened?
Or they don't have confidence. They don't have, they don't have the ability to go do it because they're afraid.
They're
and that's
afraid
all
to make
in your
a
mind.
Mistake
So they don't do it.
Well, that's because they don't know.
Correct.
So you teach them, like, as you said,
So for example, how to create, like, if you have a business, like an entity, you have a lot of ways to reduce taxes. And when you can reduce your taxes and you can make money, it puts more in your pocket, right?
Yes.
So, and we
those
teach
are called write-offs.
For sure.
These are all
your
called
cell
write-offs.
phone, your car, your dry cleaning, all these kinds of things.
They all become part of your business. You use all these, which you do.
Sure.
You use all these things for your business, whereas they might think, well, I use the car for social, but you also use it for business, so you can write it off. I mean,
well, and it's just basic business and then investing principles, like how to invest in the stock market, how to invest in real estate, how to invest in digital currency, Bitcoin. This is stuff that's all new, but people don't have any idea what to do.
Bitcoin is really new, isn't it?
Well, digital currency is huge.
Yes.
Or foreign exchange. The foreign exchange markets, when you exchange your dollars for pesos or Japanese or for the pound.
That's like the American dollar and the pound. I mean, I've been back and forth so many times that sometimes it's beneficial and sometimes it's not. So sometimes you choose what time of the year you actually want to go. Or,
But did you know that there is a $6 trillion a day market just for the exchange market, and people are making millions of dollars in that market? So you're exchanging money, but somebody's out there making money.
Someone's making money on my money and my exchange.
Exactly.
See, that's
you wouldn't know where to go. You wouldn't know what to do.
No, they don't. So you find this very beneficial, putting these events on. What has been kind of your most successful? Because you told me you did Robbins, you've done all of them, you've put all of them together.
Well,
how was Sarah Ferguson?
Well, we've had over 1 million people go through our events. So we have hundreds of thousands of people all the time. But most successful recently is I now host my own podcast as well as a mobile app.
Really?
And so it's not so much the person that we do the event for as much as the people that are coming.
Yes.
But Sarah Ferguson was amazing.
I was going to say, because everybody wants to see the royal family, they want to see who she is and what she is. But at the same time, they want to see her as a person, as to who she is, how she talks, because she's a very natural woman. I mean, she's very, she talks to everybody, she's just very sweet and very nice.
Well, people like to see the real person, so all of these authors and people that have written books, like David Bach, who wrote 9 bestsellers, they want to see them, and they want to know what are you really thinking, because I can read the book, but I don't know who you are.
Yes, now let's find out who you are and what you are and everything about
What's
you.
the real story? What's your success story? What's your biggest mistakes? They want to know that stuff.
So what's your real story and what's your biggest mistakes? Because, no, you are also out there. You are also a personality. People also want to see who you are. How do you have this magic touch of putting these events together? Why do people come to you? What do you do that's so different that they come to you?
I tell you, a lot of mistakes. Robert Kiyosaki says, fail 5 times faster, because the more you're outside your comfort zone, the more success you're going to have.
Absolutely.
But I learned one very valuable lesson. I used to just chase success. I mean, and over time I was just really focused on growing and made a lot of money. But what I finally realized is that my favorite quote is by Jim Rohn. Success is not to be pursued, it's to be attracted by the person you become. So over time I found the more I work on me, the easier it gets.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
The more you work on you, the easier it gets.
Yeah, because it's funny, but we always, a majority of people out there knock themselves.
For sure.
We're never good enough, we never do the right thing. And sometimes you've got to kind of turn around and say, well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I've got this far.
Right.
I must have done something
Give
right.
yourself credit.
Give yourself some credit and make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
Because
and with social media
that's all
nowadays,
you've got.
you're seeing everybody post perfect pictures, so you feel not as good. And social media makes it hard to have good self-image, but you got to give yourself credit.
Absolutely. In fact, I had a photograph the other day up on my banner thing, and they said, well, how old is that photograph? So I looked at them and I said, oh, it's a week old. And they couldn't believe it. Was that, the camera makes you look good.
Oh, sure.
The photographs make you look
now
good.
Now you can doctor it up, do whatever you need.
I didn't doctor it up at all.
Well, you didn't need to.
No,
That's the thing.
Thank you. Well, you can come back on my show.
Yeah, right.
You can come back. But I'm fascinated by what you do. So this became, well, how did you get involved in this business?
By an accident? I got married and had twins right out of high school. I had twin boys right out of high school. So I went right into working full time. And so I've just always been an entrepreneur. Always been an entrepreneur.
So you didn't go to university?
I did. So while I was running a business, I did school on the side and got my 4-year degree in marketing and communication on the side.
Yes.
But I never really felt like the degree was going to get me what I wanted. I wanted.
You thought you had to go out there and do it.
Yeah, for
sure. Actually,
sure.
that's very much the English way. We have technical schools in England, which means you don't have to go to a school, to a university, and learn a bunch of stuff you don't want to learn.
You just get the skill.
You get the skill of you can do whatever you want. You can go to a beauty salon. You can any place, do anything you want.
Yeah.
On that particular,
topic
you can do. So what have you got coming up?
Well, so my main passion and focus right now is I have a podcast called the Daily Mastermind.
Okay, the Daily Mastermind.
Daily personal development, financial education, and entrepreneurship. So marketing and business. So every day I do a 10-minute podcast, and I have a mobile app that has hundreds of thousands of downloads where people can get meditation, inspiration, motivation, all kinds of different things. So you do all that
meditation as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I find when you can kind of cut the noise and you can just be a little more focused. See, most people are so busy living life, they're not in control of their life. Everything else controls them.
Yeah, but that's not wasting your life, but it's not really living because if you don't have that time for yourself,
you can't plan your life.
So do you advise that not every day, maybe twice a week?
Depends on the person. I really believe in daily rituals. Okay. Daily rituals meaning every day I work out, I eat right, I do a short meditation, and I do some kind of like podcast or education every day. Because let's be honest, I mean the only time you really have is today. So all you can do is maximize today. If you're like, well, I'll work on it tomorrow, well then you're not maximizing today.
And that's not tonight. That's today. That is as you live. Yeah. See, I live very similar to you. I'm not fussy what I eat, but I know what I eat because of how I was brought up.
Yeah.
I don't ever go to fast foods. Greasy food would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
So I don't do all that kind of stuff. So you think if
you have good habits now.
Yeah, I have very good habits.
Yeah.
If you were to advise somebody to do a meditation, because some people get confused about a meditation, what would they do in that meditation? Just a very short one.
So I didn't have a clue, and I'm ADD, so I can't slow down much. But what I realized is there's a difference between mindfulness and meditation.
Okay.
Mindfulness is just being in the moment.
Yes.
So you can subscribe or download free on YouTube different instructors that will help you just focus on the moment and take a few minutes and just think about the moment. Meditation's a little different, where you really try to kind of clear your mind and things like this. I believe that just mindfulness, so like I use an app, a free app on iTunes or Android called Calm. It's Calm.
You can do the same thing.
Yeah, you can just click on it and it'll give you a 10-minute meditation with like sounds of nature in the background. You can just take 10 minutes. Yeah. You'd be surprised when you slow down how much you can really start running your life.
And then
rather
you
than
start controlling your life and doing what you want. So,
yeah.
And what he's actually talking about, they're actually very simple things to do. They don't take much of your time up. They don't take much of anything up.
Most people just don't do them.
They don't. So how can anybody get in touch with you?
So you can go to either iTunes or Google Android Marketplace, and you can subscribe to the Daily Mastermind podcast, or you can download the mobile app, the Daily Mastermind. And we have all of our events and all of our speakers, and it's all free. I don't charge for any of it. And so you can just get access to it there.
Awesome. Sounds amazing. And of course, really what you're doing is teaching and helping everybody.
Absolutely.
That's really what is going, teaching, helping, and doing it all.
Which is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to help everybody. Yes, now I'm helping George.
You are, and you're helping me, and I'm helping you.
Yes, and you're helping me. I've got a great idea for you that I would like to present to you, so I'm going to make sure I get your card.
Okay.
And we're going to be right back with the next guest. George Wright, absolutely amazing. We'll be right back.
Thanks.